two teams. Let's check along, and here we go. I'm going to be looking at the Japan lineup with Nekob1_1 in goal. They'll have two center backs with Raptor777 in defense, as well as Gan Next Boy, as well as his center back partner. At right back, we do have Snyder 1931-0 at right back, UX Me at left back, and of course they will be playing in a three midfield formation with one CDM, one RCM, and one LCM. In CDM will be Sledge. In right central midfield is Primo, and he'll be flanked alongside with Marsk_G. And the three up top will be Izos2_Kawada on the right flank, Atsuya-BB on the left flank, and in the striker position we have Busquets3. Now, on the Indonesia side, HS, what do you have to go with us on?
So the goalkeeper, player manager as well, Zihar, the player that I've mentioned earlier, has won numerous golden gloves. He's going to be key for the Indonesia side. Center back, we have ebots_invincible, Giaza_Giazi. Wow, okay. Center back, we also have Iron X Rundi. So it's going to be three at the back, followed by two central defensive midfielder, Ren Ria 8, as well as Erwin Snyder. Over on the right midfielder side, we have Ryan McOwl, and left mid we have Fossalaterales. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrongly. And playing as the attacking midfielder, we have Jimmy Finian 17, and two strikers leading the front. We have Gun Gunaris as well as Fernaldi CP.
All right. So, of course, again, it's going to be battle of the formations. As with Japan, they'll be playing, of course, in the standard 4-3-3, or if you're an FUT player, that'll be the 4-3-2-1 formation. And for Indonesia, they look to be playing with a three at the back formation. So that would be the 4-3, or that would be the 3-2-3-2. Looking at it, I have no idea what that is, but my
352.
goodness. 352 looks like it. Yeah, so it's going to be very important for Indonesia to make sure that their right and left mids are able to track back, as well as we saw yesterday, as you're watching the games for the leagues as well. There was always a battle in formation, so that's going to be very important, HS.
That's right. Indonesia playing a 3-5-2. No, the 3-5-2 formation is always a strong one if you can actually dictate the game and control the possession. If Indonesia is not able to do that, it's going to be very tough for them, because they do not have any left back or right back to actually track back, and stop the wingers from crossing or cutting in. So the central defensive midfielders, both of them is going to be key to this formation for Indonesia.
Yeah, as we saw yesterday, Ching D really using the formation like this to massive effect as well. So really, it's going to be quite an interesting one as we go into the games tonight. So, I mean, with three center backs, they really have to make sure that the three up front for Japan are really kept quiet. So it's going to be quite an interesting game. And Zihas, being the team manager and all-star goalkeeper, might need to be on his toes tonight to make sure to keep out the Japanese onslaught. As right now, we can see that the Japanese team are going to be inviting the Indonesian team in for the friendly game. Let's hope
Wow.
for a good connection so that we are able to start off this game. I don't ask me to translate whatever's on the screen. I have no idea what's going on. I'm not Japanese, but it's going to be very interesting. Two different styles of play. I mean, the Japanese usually, if we were to look at Japan on a whole in terms of football, what do you call that? Football idealism, they're generally very structured and very disciplined, the Japanese. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they come up against an Indonesia side.
That's right. And I think, looking at a glimpse of it when they were inviting, or rather when Japan was inviting Indonesia, I noticed that they are actually playing a 3-4-2-1 instead of four at the
Wow.
back. Look at that. Yep, we're seeing it right now. I think they have made some changes to their lineup and their formation. They are actually going and a very attacking formation in the 3-4-2-1.
looks like they are actually trying to, how do you call that? Trying to mimic the formation of the Indonesia team as well. That's going to be very interesting. That's actually very creative, from the Japanese, being able to spot what the general formation is for Indonesia and then changing it along to try and combat that. Unless they're changing it now, we're not too sure. But it's gonna be it's actually very interesting, to change your formation in terms of the opponents that you're playing. I think that's very intelligent play, because you want to, like in Ultimate Team as well, when teams are playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, generally one of the only formations that can really combat that formation would be the 4-1-2-1-2 formation itself.
That's right. I gotta agree with you right there. I mean, for 1-2-1-2 narrow, there's a lot to be desired. You can play all those ping pong passes in the middle of midfield, but you lack the width, and that's why you need your fullbacks to actually overlap. And of course,
Mm.
it's gonna be hard, playing against a mirror for 1-2-1-2.
Correct, exactly. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this will turn out for both teams as we look at the invitation going through by the Japanese team as we await for Indonesia to accept as well as we go into the game. So of course, HS, I might need to put you on the spot right here. Predictions time, my friend. Predictions time. What are
Oh,
you thinking in terms of results? What do you think?
it's gonna be hard because we have not seen VPG Japan play in any tournaments before. But
I just want
knowing,
you to put yourself out there. Just give me a whack prediction.
all right, just for this match or over two matches.
Let's go for the first match first.
Okay, let's go for the first match. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Japan.
All right, all right. Let's see how that turns out. And remember, if you are watching us on the One Play Esports Facebook page, do remember to drop a like, leave a comment, as well as to follow the page for more fantastic pro clubs action as we head into the game right here. Japan, of course, will be the home team. They'll be in blue. They'll be kicking from left to right. And the Indonesian team are in their traditional red and white kits, and they'll be kicking from right to left. So, of course, really a lot riding on this game right here as the Indonesians now taking control of it in their box here as they try to pass it around. Look at the three attackers for Japan really pressurizing the defenders here for Indonesia. They're doing quite well as they win the ball back. Here's Atsuya, moves it to Kawada, tries to take the shot, but it is blocked. And I think we might have, there was a little bit of interruption to the connection, but there we go. Here is Indonesia now going down the right-hand side with Ganaris moving down the right-hand side, tries to cross it in, but it is cleared away by Raptor. And now the Japanese team going on the attack again with Happy moving it over to XU Here is Atsuya, moves it to the left-hand side. Here is Mask, good ball in, it's headed away. And Indonesia really trying to get a hold on to the ball here, but Happy Yu is moving on it to Kawada, who plays it to the far post here. Here's Atsuya, and it's headed away by the Indonesian defense and is now a throw in the attacking position here as Kawada moves it for Busquets, who plays it into the box here, and it's cleared away by Indonesia.
All right.
And now, of course, we are looking at the throw in here. Kawada plays the ball in. The goalkeeper, Zihas, able to catch the ball immediately and try to lift up for a counter attack here as he tried to move it to the left-hand side. But, of course, no one, unfortunately, in that spot. Pro Motive moves it to the back here. Raptor 777 moving it over to the left for Gun Next Boy, who gives it away here to Ryan of Indonesia. Moving to Rendrix. Now it's Fernaldi. Moving it to Fossil Loratis. And this time it is cleared out. Fossil Lateralis. Now going to take the throw in, looking for the various options. Really, look at the Japanese players all moving in, converging for when the ball is thrown in. Here's Fossil again with the ball in, and it's headed away by Raptor 777. Now Mask G on the left-hand side. Busquets moving it to the right-hand side. Kawada now drifting more to Motive now, who does the 3-point roulette here. The ball is in, but it's cleared away again by Indonesia. This time Busquets 3 again, ball roll, takes it around the defender here. Kawada takes it off his foot, and it is a corner to the Japanese side. They're really putting on the pressure here onto the Indonesia back line as the ball is played in here, and it will be cleared away by Indonesia to the left-hand side. Here is Fernaldi, moves it to the center to Fossal. He has space down the left-hand side here, and the ball in by Jimmy. Good ball in, good volley, and Gunaris with the first chance, the first real clear-cut chance of the game, puts it wide of the target, and really, that was a good chance, HS.
That's right, what a chance from Indonesia on the counter-attack. And just as we are saying right now, it's Japan's turn to counter-attack with the cross at the far post, and it's saved by Zihar. Now, Jerome, I think I'm going to switch over to the Indonesian stream because the Japanese captain is switching his camera around, and I think it's confusing the viewers as well. So I think
it's definitely confusing me, but I am trying. But good action right here as Rendia plays it out to Gunaris here. Gunaris tries the fake shot stop. Japanese captain puts himself in the way here, and now it's headed away by Japan. But Indonesia now hoping for a little bit of sustained pressure with Ebot's invincible, moving it to the left-hand side. And here is Rinudi. Fossal, here is Jimmy Finian, moves it down the left-hand side, and this time Raptor 777 able to intercept the ball and clear it away. As now, apologies for a little bit of interruption in the stream, but we will get it back, and here we are with UXMe moving it to the right-hand side. Now it's going to Promotive down this right-hand side as he tries to cross it in, but it's headed away by Indonesia again, as now Atsuya takes the ball. It is going towards Happy here, moves it to the left-hand side to UXMe, moves it to Busquets 3, and this time Ryan from Indonesia able to take the ball away and try to put Indonesia on the counter here, but they don't seem to be able to do that as Kawada puts on the pressure onto the Indonesian defense. Very good play so far from both teams, HS. What do you think?
As expected, Japan is actually controlling the game, but they have to be really careful because Indonesia is very fast on the counter-attack. That's what we are looking at right now. So they have to be really careful when Japan is on the attack, because once Indonesia has the ball, they are throwing 4-5 players forward just for the counter-attack.
Yep, and that's the thing. That will leave it for Fantastic Pro Clubs action. Remember, if you're just joining us, this is the East Asian Nations League as well between Japan and Indonesia. So of course the top three, they'll be playing home and away legs tonight. So of course we will be showcasing both games on One Play Esports Facebook page. So do remember to follow us and of course leave a comment down in the comment section below. If you're from Indonesia supporting them, do leave a comment down below. If you're from Japan supporting your Japanese counterparts, also do leave a comment down below, as well as Atsuya plays it onto the right hand side. Promotive unfortunately can't get there. Fossil is in the way. Fernaldi gives the ball away, but good work here by Jimmy. This time UXMe able to take the ball away, and it's played back to Recoup, who plays the ball off the pitch unfortunately, and it's straight back to Indonesia with them playing towards the back here. Ebot's invincible. I'm not too sure what he's doing right there as he's given the ball away here. Atsuya is through on goal, ball roll, but this time the keeper Zihas gets there first. The shot on target is headed away, but again Kawada on the ball, and really that is what Indonesia don't need. A defensive mistake here leading to a near goal there from Japan, and really that's not what they need, as the corner right now to Japan. Going to play the ball in. We're just waiting for them to play the corner, and there it goes. It's headed away, and it's struck again, and this time it is saved, and it's cleared away. And Indonesia now with that counter-attack. This time Fernaldi unfortunately can't be able to move it on, but here is Busquets 3, moves it on to Happy, and this time he's tackled by Jimmy. He has a through ball that's on here, and here is Gunaris, who can't play the through ball, but he's still got the ball. But what a tackle there, and it is a foul and a late free kick here for the Indonesians, which might go into their advantage. They are looking for that far post here. Let's see where they go with this one, as he analyzes his options. He goes for that post, and unfortunately it goes out, and that will be halftime in this first game of this East Asian Nations League between Japan and Indonesia. And taking a look at the stats right here, Japan having 4 shots with 2 of them on target, 46% of the possession. Funny enough, Indonesia have more of the possession, which has been quite surprising since they have been mostly going on the counter-attack. But looks like they have the more possession here. Unfortunately, they only had 1 shot that went off target. HS, looking at the second half, what are you expecting from these two teams?
I think Japan will keep up their high tempo pressing, fast passing and all that. Indonesia really needs to calm down and control the game because they are playing the more balanced 3-5-2 as compared to Japan, who's playing a 3-4-2-1 formation. So if Indonesia can actually control the game right now in the second half, I think they can nick it with a 1 goal on the counter.
Yep, you can definitely. That's the thing about FIFA. Counter-attacking goals are very overpowered in this game, whether you're playing pro clubs or whether you're playing in FUT. As Mask plays it to Atsuya, who unfortunately gives it away to Rendria. Ryan McDowell now down the line here for Gunaris, who moves it to the center for Jimmy, who tries playing very good passing here. Indonesia, good play. The header unfortunately goes to UXMe, and he plays it to Busquets 3. Here is Atsuya, who moves it across to Happy. Here's Busquets 3, and it is just wide of the target, and it was a deflection there, and it is a corner to Japan, very close there for Busquets 3, nearly getting the perfect shot off, but he was blocked as the ball goes in for Japan, and it's over the bar, and it is out for a goal kick to Indonesia. Right now, Japan is what HS had mentioned, really trying to go for the jugular, keep up the high pressure, and really go for the jugular.
That's right. Their passes has been on point. It's just that Indonesia, with Zihar at the back, as a goalkeeper, has been rock solid, not allowing time and space inside the box as well. But Japan must be kicking themselves because they had a very good chance in the first half, but they couldn't score.
And they might get another corner here, another corner opportunity for Japan here, as they look to. They don't have many people in the box, but they are stationed at strategic areas. One at the far, and it's going to the one at the far, but this time it's headed away. Happy brings it back into the box here. Atsuya with the ball in, and Kawada with the shot. It's still in, and right now it's moved across to Happy. It's headed on. Here's Atsuya. He finds the space, and that's the first goal of the game. Japan take the lead, and really, I think that was something that we were going to expect in this game, HS.
That's right. Zihar as a goalkeeper has been solid, but there's so much a goalkeeper can do. He can't keep up all the shots, and as we have seen, Japan finally got the goal they deserve. Indonesia really need to close the Japanese strikers down inside the box. Let's see if they can respond from here.
That's the thing right here. Atsuya was able to find the space in a very crowded penalty area, and once you take the shot on Zihas, unfortunately had no chance with that. And as what you described, of course, the keeper can only do so much. As Raptor now down the right hand side, Kawada this time taken up by Erwin Schneider. Rendria moving it on to Giazzi. To the right-hand side for Ebot's Invincible, who plays a great ball up forward. He's onside here. Gunaris is onside, but unfortunately, Gun Next Boy able to take the interception and take the ball away as Ryan tries to play it back in for Indonesia. Jimmy moves it to the right-hand side, but Mask G clears the ball away for Japan. And Indonesia have to make this little bit of possession count again, as Mask G, when in doubt, put it out. But, he's done that 3 times already in quick succession here. And again, it's a barrage of throw-ins. This time, Mask G to take the throw-in for Japan, as look at the Indonesians trying to press high, trying to beat the Japanese at their game here, trying to give as much pressure as possible, HS.
That's right. Looking at, if you look at the screen right now, right, the one with the red cursor, the Indonesian striker, he's the only one inside the box. I think Indonesia really needs to throw more bodies forward. They are playing a 3-5-2, but there's only one striker inside the box. So Gunares really needs to stop playing out wide and start getting into the box.
Yep, and now as we mentioned that it was going to the right-hand side, but it is out of play, and Japan can restart, but he's thrown it straight to Ryan McDowell, who plays it for Rendria, and here is Jimmy. This time he's blocked off by two Japanese defenders, and now Japan can go on a bit of a counter-attack. They slow it down a little bit, there's not much support, but there it is on the right-hand side now, and here is Promotive, who does a great skill move to get away from the defender here. Kawada to Busquets. This time Indonesia able to get the foot into tackle, and Fossil has to clear the ball away for Indonesia. Back and forth action as we enter the 70th minute of in-game play, and it will be another corner for Japan as they try to make use of this to get another goal that will surely seal off this game for them. Looking at the options again, they have three men in the box, one at the far post, one at the near, and one in the penalty spot. But this time it's Mask G, plays it right across again to Promotive. Good ball inside the center, and this time it's headed away. Again, there is a reasoning behind that corner kick technique, really. We'll talk about it more as we go on. And this time Indonesia can go on the counter-attack. And HS, we saw a very interesting tactic by Japan at their corners.
That's right, they were looking at a far post cross, trying to knock the ball down, but unfortunately Indonesia was ready for it. Indonesia really needs to find their rhythm. It's 76 minutes, but it doesn't seem likely that they can actually equalize, or it's more likely for Japan to actually score another goal though. And
that's the thing. It could be a little bit of the first match jitters here for Indonesia. Could be, you'll never know. And UX Mina with the ball for Japan. Does the ball roll, scoop turn as well. Moves it onto the right-hand side for Happy to Kawada. He has the space, and Zihas, unfortunately, is beaten for the second time as Japan take a 2-0 lead. And it's Kawada with the goal. And Japan now, that is most likely signed, sealed, delivered. And the result is theirs to keep here, as now Japan trying to stabilize as much as possible now. Raptor 777 moves it down to Happy. He has a runner down the right-hand side. If he can look for him, he does. But Fossil from Indonesia able to clear the ball away. All in all, looks like a well-deserved victory for Japan as Kawada now moves down, finds Promotive, nearly finding a third goal here. UX Me to Atsuya, and this time it's cleared away by the Indonesia defender, who has disconnected looking at it. That right-hand side as well. Promotive trying to bring the play in. Kawada with fantastic defensive interceptions. But now a little bit of a counter-attack for Fernaldi. Have not seen him at all in the game in the second half, as he plays it across here to Jimmy, and the shot is on, but unfortunately it's over the bar, and Indonesia look to be heading for defeat in their first game in this East Asian Nations League.
That's right, but then again, this is still a league format, not a knockout stage, so even if you lose the first game, you can still climb up the league, because top 3 will move into the World Cup match itself.
More details on that soon, as Kawada now takes the third goal, his second goal of the game, and really that right there, game, set, and match, and that is a knockout blow here, unfortunately. And Indonesia now really have lost this game. Sometimes it's all about damage control, and unfortunately Kawada has dealt them a bulk of that damage, as they might not be done, but this time it's cleared away. There is 3 minutes of additional time if Indonesia can try to get a consolation, which they don't think they can, because UXB now has the ball for Japan. He plays it across, and that should be almost the end of the game. Raptor 777 now moves it on to Kawada. He has a run on the right-hand side with Promotive, but this time it's defended, and Fossil will clear the ball, and that is the end of the first game. Japan at home, and they have beaten Indonesia by 3-0 in this first game of the East Asia Nations League. brought to you here on One Play Esports. So, of course, if we take a look at the stats a little bit, if we can go to that screen, and there it is. Japan with 10 shots, 7 on target, 55% possession. This time they had more of the possession. Indonesia FA, unfortunately, with only 2 shots, with none of them on target. And I mean, that's what happens. You don't take the shots, you don't score. And Japan have taken advantage of that, and they go home with a 3-0 victory. And now, of course, HS, I got to speak to you about morale, because this is it's kind of a two-legged affair where you play the team again after you have played them in the first leg. How would you be feeling if you were Indonesia, having gone through that first game and having lost by 3-0?
I think the manager has a lot to do, in terms of their team talk. He needs to rally up his team because, as I say, at the end of the day, this is not a knockout stage, but it is a league format. So even if you lose the first round, there are many other teams that you're going to be facing in Asia, and hopefully, Indonesia can actually bounce back in the second game, because this time around they are going to be hosting instead of Japan.
Yeah, it's going to be an intense game here. Of course, Japan really proving, with that great counter attack as well as that high press, and Kawada really proving to be the thorn in the Indonesia side with 2 goals. And of course, he is going to be definitely a danger man for the Japanese squad. As we take a look at, I think the starting lineups will usually be the same,
That's
but I
right.
mean, of course, sometimes formations can change as well. Sometimes we might receive the formations as well, but sometimes the lineups might be the same, but they might change the formation. So that's the thing about pro clubs as well. It's all about adjusting to your opponent's formations as well, trying to get the better of your opponents. Maybe play a little bit of mind games. I think that's a very important thing. Now, of course, before we go on into the next matches, of course, you are watching everything here on the One Play Esports Facebook page. So do remember to do these few things, which is to like, share, follow, and comment as well. You can also, post up on Instagram or Facebook or whatever with the hashtag where champions play. And that, of course, is the hashtag for One Play Esports. And always remember, they are connecting communities and creating heroes. And of course, tomorrow there is going to be more action as well. A total of 4 impressive ties to be happening. First of all, in Malaysia, where we will see PSHM versus Bilal United, and they will be playing at 11 p.m. GMT plus 8. That will be tomorrow on the 7th of December. And after that will be again PSHM, and this time they'll be playing against 11 Huntsmen. That will be at 11:30 Monday evening on the 7th of December, 11:30 GMT plus 8. Wait, that's not all. We also have VPG Hong Kong as well, where Victim HK, they will play against Asia Avengers. That will be at 11 p.m. tomorrow evening, the 7th of December. And then after that will be another game for Asia Avengers, and this time they will be playing against Tinderland VFC. That will be happening at 11:30 on the Monday, 7th of December. Remember, GMT plus 8 for all of you who are in the Hong Kong time zone. So, of course, that will be the action that we will be bringing tomorrow as well. All this on the One Play Esports Facebook page. Now, of course, HS, are we ready for the next set of game to start? Are we ready, or are we just gonna chit chat a little bit about pro clubs all along the way?
It seems like there's some connectivity issues on the Indonesian side, so I think we still have a bit of time to chit chat, Jerome. So
Yeah. Hey.
just now, hold
Mhm,
on. I was one
mhm.
goal off for my prediction,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So now it's time for me to ask you back.
Now you're gonna
Second
put me in the
game.
spot.
That's
At least
right. Second
now, at
game.
least now, I have a little bit of an idea on how the two teams will play. So, uh, I am going to go for. I think Indonesia will improve. I think it'll be 2-1 to
Two
Japan.
to one to Japan. All right, we
2-1
shall
to Japan.
see in a few minutes time.
Mhm. And of course, right here, remember if you are on the live stream on the One Play Esports Facebook page, do comment as well. Leave your comments down in the comment section below if you're looking to support your favorite Pro Cups team, or if you're Indonesian or if you're Japanese, to support your fellow countrymen as well. So, of course, do check here. Mohammed Siddiq, you need Iswan Mabut to stop the Japanese attack. And ode to Iswan Mabut, of course, the one of the top keepers here in Singapore. So, I mean, going into it, I mean, if we talk about goalkeepers, unfortunately, Zihas, being one of the better goalkeepers in this tournament, unfortunately not able to keep out Japan. But, with the attack that Japan had, I mean, my goodness, definitely no chance for Zihas there.
That's right. Ziha has done pretty well in the first half. He stopped a lot of shots, keeping Indonesia still in the game. But the rest of his defenders really need to step up and close the Japanese attackers down, quickly and not give them space. And most importantly, I think from what I've seen, the Japanese strikers or the Japanese forwards, they are really very skillful. They can dance around you. So it's very important for the Indonesian defenders to not commit 100%. If not, you will end up losing even more.
That's the thing with pro clubs. I mean, it's the same as with any game mode of FIFA. You just press the square button or circle button if you're on alternate or classic. I mean, the animation takes about half a second, and half a second is really all you need for the attacker to just take the ball away from the defender and strike it into the corner of the net. So I mean, these kinds of things, like what you said, I mean, try not to commit, because these Japanese players are very intelligent when it comes to holding up the ball in the final third. And I mean, another way that Indonesia can try to improve is maybe passing out from the back, because they did try to do that, but there was a couple. Japanese pressing was very intense, and unfortunately, they gave the ball away on certain occasions as well.
Yep. Indonesia really has to be really careful about playing those cross-field balls. They almost gave the ball. I mean, Japan almost scored from that.
Mm.
When the Indonesian defender, the right center back, actually, tried to switch to the left center back. The Japanese forward was there to intercept, but unfortunately for him, Ziha was there to block the shot. They have to be really careful about that, and I hope that VPG Indonesia can actually control the game a little bit, because it seems that they are using back the same formation, and I think
Mm.
they are inviting each other and ready to go, Jerome.
All right, great. And as of course we head on over to the games, do remember to drop us a like, follow, share, and comment as well on the One Play Esports live stream. Now, of course, these videos as well will be available after the live stream as well. So if you want to recapture the action, of course, do head on down to the One Play Esports Facebook page. Hopefully, fingers crossed that we don't have any disconnections and we're able to go straight and proper into this game, because it's going to be a very interesting one. Interesting to see how Indonesia try to fight back as we go in to here. And now we are in the game here. Indonesia this time will be in the white kit. They will be kicking from left to right, and Japan in their blue and black kits kicking from right to left. So now Ginny, Finney, and now Rendria, this time giving the ball away to Happy, or Fernaldi now takes the ball. Gunaris moves it to Jimmy Finian again. Here's Rendria. The ball is through here for Gunaris. Good ball into the box, and this time it's headed away by the Japanese players. And now it's Gunaris again. And now it's cleared away here. Jimmy Finian on the ball now. Rendria moving on to the right-hand side for Ryan McDowell. Now on to Ebot's Invincible. Now Rendria. Gunaris moves it on, and now it's Fernaldi. He still has the ball. Heel to heel, it's still bouncing around the place, and HS, good start here from the Indonesian team.
A very bright start for Indonesia right now. It's quite surprising. I think the team talk worked for them, and hopefully they can keep up this kind of play and not allowing Japan to actually go on the counter. So they have to be really careful, and now Japan is on the attack.
All right, here we go with Kawada now on the ball here. moving it forward to Promotive. Good ball in the box. And now it's cleared away here. Ooh, a lot of good action here. That's why I'm a little bit chuffed up. My goodness.
Are you alright, Jerome?
I'm good. It's good action, my friend. Oh my goodness. And here we go with the corner here for Japan as Yaya Toure takes the ball and he puts it into the box and it's cleared. And it is wide of the post right here. And Indonesia, after the good start, nearly conceding the first goal here, as now it's cleared away, and now Japan look to try and, build up a little bit more pressure on this Indonesia back line.
That's right. It's right now the first 10 minutes, it's been back and forth. Totally a different game than the first one that we just witnessed. Indonesia is now playing so much better than they did in the first game itself. So hopefully they can keep this up and try and get a goal.
Yeah, and here we go with Ebot's invincible now to Ryan McDowell, moves it on to Ganaris. But look at the Japanese players all surrounding him here. Ryan McDowell trying to find the space, looks for Rendria. Now trying to go down the right-hand side with Ryan again. Moves it down here. Ganaris this time isn't able to keep the ball in play, as now Japan will take over the possession here. He's going to go for the long throw down the line. Ebot's invincible there to collect the ball, but Japan, Kawada, probably their man of the match from the first game, playing the ball up forward. Jimmy Finian, I'm not too sure what happened there. It looked like a karate kick a little bit from the Japanese player. Ganaris moves it onto the left-hand side here. Here is Atsuya now, and it's cleared away by Japan. A much more even contest in this second leg so far, which is good to see. The Indonesians not being afraid of playing an easy passing game here, as Rendria now on the ball, moves it to Jimmy Finian. Here's Erwin Schneider, moves it on to the center here, and now it's Jimmy Finian again. The ball through is for Gunaris. This time, unfortunately, Japan are able to win the ball back as it's cleared away here for Indonesia, and Owen Schneider does the ball hop right there. And now it's Fossil on this left-hand side. Japan now really trying to hold off this Indonesia attack as they get the ball back, and this time they cleared up front. As now Indonesia again now on the ball. Now they're really improving here. Here's Jimmy. He has the ball up front here, but Raptor 777 manages to play the offside trap very well and does catch them offside as we enter 25 minutes. How impressed have you been so far with the Indonesian team?
I would say I'm very impressed, but they really need to convert that possession into goals. Right now what I'm noticing is that their LM, the one with the purple arrow indicator, oh, look at that, what a cross! And that's a goal. Wow, Japan.
What a goal from Kawada, and again going where he left off with a tremendous goal, and that's his third goal of the night, and Indonesia just can't seem to handle him as Kawada finds himself free. A very Van Persie-esque finish as Atsuya now moves it on to Happy here and is going down the left-hand side. Oh, that is a tremendous passing move, but this time Zihas able to save from the Japanese attack. But my goodness, I thought he was going to pass it to the right. He ended up passing to the left. Here's UXME now, fake shot stop, moves it around to Kawada. Here's Atsuya, and this time it is tackled by the Japanese as Ebot's Invincibles tries to clear it out for a counter, and they will go on the counter here. Gunaris with the ball forward, and there is the ball through, and unfortunately he's going to play the ball out. Promotive with a tremendous tackle to make sure it goes out of play, and is now a corner to Indonesia VPG as they try to play the ball into the far post. Ebot's Invincible this time, Nekop_1 able to grab onto the ball and start the counter attack here as the ball is running through to the keeper Zihas, unfortunately. And my goodness, HS, I mean, after seeing another tremendous chance from Indonesia, I mean, what are their chances of getting back into this game?
I think they have an equal chance of getting back with the way that they are playing. However, I wanted to point out something just before the Japan's goal, and the LM is actually playing really, really high up, and they are not. He is not tracking back fast enough to help with the defending. He's almost playing like a third striker for Indonesia, and that's how actually the goal came about, because he was not there to track back.
And that's the problem as well with playing a 3 at the back formation. Your right and left mids need to be adept at not only attacking but defending as well. It's no good if you're going to be playing only one of those responsibilities well, as Busquets gets the ball inside, and that's going to be another goal for Japan. And once again, the man of the moment, Kawada, with another goal to add to his name, and that is 4 goals for the night. And Kawada really, really proving to be a tremendous thought in the Indonesian team here, as now Indonesia find themselves, after that good start, 2-0 behind again. And let's see how they're able to try and fight back, because this Japanese team don't look as if they're going to be letting up as they go on another attack here. Kawada with the skill move there, and they get a corner entering the 2nd minute of additional time. And really, looking at the first game, I think it's all over from here on in HS.
I think so, and yep.
And that is the hat-trick. That is the hat-trick goal for Kawada. And really, there has been no response at all to the Indonesian, or by the Indonesians. And really, Zihas not going to be happy with his defenders right there. As we go into half-time, it is 3-0 to the Japanese side.
While Indonesia has, of course, played so much better as compared to the first game itself, unfortunately their defense has been a letdown. They have lost the midfield battle as well, and I think on the attack, they are not looking at utilizing Jimmy as a playmaker. Most of the balls have been down the wings. Jimmy is just there to fill up the gaps, and there's no balls going through him. I think they need to start involving him in the attack, and hopefully this will be a much better second half for the Indonesian side, because as we see, look at the possession stats, it's 64% going the way of Indonesia. They are holding the ball well, but they are not converting this into chances or into goals.
As what you mentioned, they are not playing the possession into the places that they need to play it, because what's the point of having Jimmy there if he's not going to be utilized in that cam spot? So I think you're exactly right. I think based on the last 2 games, they've been generally going down the wing. Try a different tactic, go down the center, it might work for you. As now we find the ball here to Jimmy, who moves it back here to Giaza, who moves it to the right to Ebot's Invincible. Now it's Erwin Schneider looking for the open space, but UXME there in the way for Japan, as Rendria now moves it back for Ebot's Invincible. Just look at that Japanese defense, or the Japanese midfield, moving around as a unit. But here Finaldi, and this time Raptor 777 able to clear the ball away for the Japanese team, as now they get a throw in their corner. 50 minutes gone in this second game of tonight's East Asia Nations League, as it's thrown down the line here, and it will make it here for Atsuya, who will move down the left-hand side for Japan. He plays the ball in, and that will be, that is unfortunately unable to make it there for the shot, but Japan still have the ball. Kawada, the hat-trick hero, moves it on to Happy, who this time gives it away to Jimmy, who now moves it on to Rendria. Now it's onto the right-hand side for Ryan, who looks for the options, but again, the Japanese midfield able to stop him from finding the pass out again, as Ryan has himself robbed here. Atsuya moves it to UXME. He still has the space. Is that a foul? No, it isn't. Rendria able to bring the ball upfield. Ryan McDowell, and again, this Japanese team are relentless, HS.
That's right. They have been, pressing high, not allowing the Indonesian players to actually breathe and pass around. Look at the positioning of the Japanese players. But then again, can Indonesia counter from here? Yes, they can. Gunaris, what a true ball! Wow!
And
what a goal!
That is a goal right there for Indonesia. And really, we did not see this coming. And really, that is against the run of play. Will they be able to get another goal back? 58 minutes gone only. And they might have a little bit of a chance unless, you know, they're able to try and get through on goal again. Primotive now with the throw in. Here is the hat-trick hero Kawada. Tries to find space on the right-hand side. It is given away here, and it's still balls bouncing around. Zihas with the save. UXME looking for space, getting the block, and unfortunately he blazes it over the bar. And a lucky escape here for Indonesia. Ziha with a wonderful first save, but my goodness, that ball was bouncing around the box.
How many players were on the line or in front of the goalkeeper trying to block the Japanese shot? Wow. It's so unlucky right there for the Japanese side.
That was quite insane here as Japan try again, as their high press game is really working a treat here. Moving it to Kawada again, now down this right-hand side. He tries to play the ball in, but Zihas reads it very correctly, and that is a great clearance right now. But unfortunately, it goes straight to the Japanese team. UXME moves it to Happy, moves it down the right-hand side for Kawada, who plays a tremendous ball to the left-hand side. Atsuya with the shot, and Atsuya with the goal. And there it is, 4-1 here to Japan. And Atsuya with a great takedown and a great finish. But again, the man of the moment, Kawada, with a tremendous ball over to the far right, to the far left. And the finish there from Atsuya, really, really clinical.
That's right. And I think it's a little bit too late for me to say this, but I think, going into the second half, perhaps Indonesian side should have actually, switched up their formation a little bit, because they are giving a lot of space at the back. What a tackle, Gunaris! Yes, 4-2.
That is 4-2 right here. Gunaris with the goal, and Japan unfortunately falling asleep at the back, and Gunaris able to round the goalkeeper, nearly brought down there by the Japanese defender. But he still manages to keep his balance and finds the corner. As again, here comes Japan. Zihas this time able to claim the ball. I mean, the 17 minutes left. There might be an opportunity or two for Indonesia to draw level, unless Japan here with Busquets moves it to Happy, who tries to find the ball. But this time Erwin Schneider intercepts and finds the ball out to Ryan McDowell. He has the runner down the right-hand side. But this time it is tackled again by the Japanese defender. Moving to the center. Happy moves it down to the right to Raptor 777. Here is Primotive. Now it's Kawada now. Moves it down. Great play here from the Japanese. Primotive again on the ball. He fake shot stops. Kawada trying to bridge around the defender. And this time it's cleared away. Jimmy Finian now on the ball. Plays it upfield here on the left-hand side. There is Gunaris. He has a man in the box. Unfortunately, he can't find him. And Primotive with a great tackle to give possession back to the Japanese. But he's gifted it straight to Fossil Lateralis. Here is Gunaris. This time, Raptor 777 really doing the dirty work and clearing up. But he gives it straight away to Ryan, who proceeds to give it straight back to the Japanese. Back and forth action as we enter the last 7 minutes of the game, and Japan now trying to kill off what momentum that Indonesia has had by trying to go down this right-hand side. Primotive looks for Atsuya. He has the run of Kawada now. He can try to play the cross in for Atsuya again. It's headed away, but they can recycle. Busquets to Kawada. This time Fossil is able to clear the ball, and Indonesia can try to go on at least another counter-attack here. Ryan McDowell, fake shot stop inside. But now it's given back to the Japanese team, who will go on what will most likely be the final two counter-attacks of this game as we hit the 88-minute mark. How have you been impressed by the Japanese so far, HS?
I think, they have been playing a very strong game in this second game especially. But Indonesia side, I must say, they have been very unlucky because they have a lot of possession. They've scored 2 goals, but they have considered 4 and possibly a 5th. What a save right there for Zihar. It's very
Oh,
unlucky for the Indonesian side, I must say.
yeah, it has been. They have been faced with a tough task of being able to try and keep silent. Kawada, and this time it's headed past the post, and that is the end of the game here of this East Asia Nations League. And Kawada, the hat-trick hero for the Japanese, as Japan takes the victory by 4 goals to 2. Of course, as we take a look at the match recap a little bit, the first goal, of course, came the side of Japan as they worked their way nicely down the left-hand side. A great cross in, and Kawada adjusting himself so perfectly and finds the volley past Zihas to make it 1-0. Then, of course, after that, it was a little bit of an onslaught. Good tackles left and right here. That was in the middle of the game where Indonesia were trying to find themselves a route back. Unfortunately, this happened with Kawada, the easiest finish in the world. And just 2 minutes later, there was a third goal for Kawada as he finds himself unmarked on the edge of the box, and he blasts it right past the keeper and for the third goal. And of course, great celebrations. Hey Chess, of course, if you're Japan, what are you going to be, thinking about going into the next few games?
I think they have been playing really, really well, and I must say they should keep up this kind of formation, because not a lot of teams can actually defend against a 3-4-1-2 formation, especially with the way that the Japanese team has been pressing really high up. Their positioning has been on point, not allowing time and space for the opponent to actually pass around and ping the ball around as well. So kudos to Japan, and I hope to see them finish top 3.
Yep, definitely. We will be, of course, bringing more of the East Asian Nations League action straight to you. Of course, it'll be happening every Sunday, and we'll be looking forward to being here and casting all that action for you. So, of course, before we end off tonight, let's just give a round of applause to both teams tonight, Indonesia as well as Japan, for playing a great game. Definitely an ode to pro clubs and as well to VPG in general. These two teams are the best of the best from each of their countries, and they deserve to be playing in this VPG leagues as well. So, of course, before we go, HS, let's just give a reminder of what's happening within the next 2 days or by tomorrow. On Monday, the 7th of December, of course, the first few games will